This is a meal ready to eat. Menu number 2, Chili and Macaroni from Right Away Foods Company in McAllen, Texas. As you can see, this is an older brown bag MRE. They stopped making these after 1995. And what makes this one special is that this was sent to me by Steve1989 MREinfo. And he had received a number of these old ones from someone named Jerry. And Jerry had actually frozen a bunch of MREs for about 20 years. And when he thawed them out, it turns out that they were almost as fresh as the day that they were put into the freezer. So what Steve has done, he's already done a couple of reviews on these, and he's pretty much proven the fact that freezing them is the best policy. Well, they're still not designed for that, but if you want to go beyond the 3 to 5 years that they're supposed to last, and you have a reliable freezer, then that's something you can really do. Because you're not supposed to rough handle them when frozen, and you're not supposed to subject them to cycles of freezing and thawing. Both of those would be bad, but if you just freeze it and keep it in that state, it should be good for a long time. So we're going to get a chance to see a 21-year-old MRE and review it in a state as though we were reviewing this about 20 years ago. And despite the fact that the old brown bag MREs do not have any kind of date codes on them, it's actually very easy to date this one because Chili and Macaroni was introduced in 1995. And then in 1996, MRE switched over to the new tan bags. So although there was a Chili and Macaroni in 1996, 97, 98, 99, forever after that, there was never one in a brown bag except for 1995. 1994 it didn't exist, 1996 it would have been in a tan bag. So this is a 1995 MRE without even having to open it up and look for date codes. And after that long intro, I guess it's time to go ahead and check this out. Just because of the historical nature of this one, I'm going to slice this one instead of tearing it open. Try and keep it looking kind of nice. In an MREinfo, you can see the contents of a 1995 menu number 2 Chili and Macaroni. But of course, it's much more fun to actually go into the bag and check it out for yourself. I'm trying to think what that smell's coming from. It's a very familiar smell. It's probably the bag itself. I guess the best way to describe it, it's kind of like plastic and cardboard mixed, which kind of makes sense because of the there's obviously a lot of plastic in here. The bag's plastic, and then the cardboard box. I think just from intermingling for so long, and probably being frozen too. So here we go. Here's the Chili and Macaroni. Look at how many ingredients there are. There's just a few. I don't know if they left some stuff out just because they figured no one really needed to know that, but anyway, this has a date code on it of 4322 with the 322nd day of 1994. We have the flameless ration heater. This actually looks pretty familiar. The directions, some of the graphics on the directions look the same. It even has the rock or something. Flameless ration heaters usually only last about 3 to 5 years, just like the food in here is designed to last. After that, they tend to get less effective. So we really do have to go ahead and try this one out and see how it works. Alright, so what else do we have here? We have crackers, which have a date code of 4354. And this seems to have a really good seal on it. And what do we have to put on the crackers? We have... look at this little package of apple jelly. Which feels okay. And the old grayish package of cocoa beverage powder. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is lemon lime beverage-based powder from the 320th day of 1994. That'll be good. We also have from the 23rd day of 1995, 5023. You probably can't see that. And it doesn't even say what this is. Huh. And this is kind of interesting because it actually, according to the menu on MREinfo, this one comes with accessory pack B, although it has an A on it. Accessory pack B is supposed to come with vanilla caramels as a candy. And I'm wondering if that's what this is. Kind of looks like the packaging that Tootsie Rolls would come in, but I wonder if these are the vanilla caramels. I'm not exactly sure because it doesn't have anything listed that this would be for this menu. Anyway, well, we'll find out soon enough. And here is the oatmeal cookie bar. This reminds me a lot of the cornflake bars that they have nowadays. This is from the 34th day of 1995. The oatmeal cookie bar. I've never actually had one of these. This is from Right Away Foods too. We have the modern brown MRE spoon, like we're used to seeing. unlike the ones from the early 80s when they still had the C ration spoons. And this is going to be the most one of the more exciting parts. According to the menu, it's supposed to be a thermostabilized fruit, but this is a freeze-dried strawberries. This is kind of old school, going back to the earlier MREs from the 291st day of 1994. And these you can eat dry or you can reconstitute. We'll probably do a little bit of both. And then we have an accessory pack. Like I said, the menu says it's accessory pack B, but this indicates it's A. So we have a kind of little variant here, from what I can see. You open this up and you get that smell of the Tabasco sauce. This is perfectly fine, look at that. But somehow, even though this is sealed, the smell does seem to come through and it permeates everything that's in here. Yeah, even the coffee, everything has that smell to it. But we have Taster's Choice instant coffee, some non-dairy dry cream substitute, and the sugar. We get the matches, the old green. Whoa, missing a couple here. It's a little, I get shorted a little bit there. It's interesting, never seen that before. And some salt. The old chewing gum. That should be good. 21-year-old wet nap, moist towelette. And the toilet paper. Now let's take a quick look at all this stuff and then we'll go ahead and start plating this. And here it is after 21 years waiting to be reviewed. 1995 Chili and Macaroni MRE. Alright, so there's a part of me that would like to save this flameless ration heater as kind of an old relic. But as part of the freezing experiment, we have to see how well it's held up. Now the chili and macaroni. Yeah, that Tabasco smell that's from inside the accessory pack actually kind of permeated everything a little bit. It's not bad, but this dark green pouch here feels fine in there. Nothing's bloated, obviously. It's just ready to go. What does this say on here? Chili and Macaroni 4322. Same date as on the cardboard. I don't know if you can see that or not. There we go. Let's give this a try. I'm very impressed if this gives it any good amount of heat. Seems like it takes a little bit more water than the modern ones. Between the lines. Slide this down in here. Get this, center this on the pouch. Fold the top over. And let's see how quick this heats up. No, maybe I'll give it a little bit of time here. Alright, about 20 seconds later, I can hear. Oh, look at this! Whoa, that's weird. But I'm not feeling any heat, but it's all sudsy. It's starting to get a little bit of warmth, but oh yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. I'm hearing it, is what I was gonna say, but now I'm feeling it. There we go. It's puffing up. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna work good. Let's take one last look at this interesting little mess in here. And before it comes a hot mess, which yeah, okay, that's hot. This is awesome. A 21-year-old flameless ration heater, performing like a brand new one. We'll stuff that back into the box and prop it up on a rock or something. And let's see what else we have here. I'm going to check out this sort of a mystery package, which doesn't say anything on it other than the date code. Tootsie Rolls? Let's see. Tootsie Rolls. I have a feeling these are going to be a little bit better than what you expect from 21-year-old Tootsie Rolls. Let's check out the crackers. Let's see if we get a nice hiss out of this one. Yep, I don't know if you could hear that, but it was pretty good. It's going to be pretty crummy though. Let's try to give us a smell. Wow, it smells just like perfectly fresh crackers. Nothing at all wrong with that. I will say, and I wanted to wait till I opened this before I said it, I've seen Kiwi Dude, Gundog, and Steve1989, other people have some really bad luck with their crackers as far as being bleachy, you know, going bad. And I don't recall ever, as you know, I've done a lot of MREs, I don't recall ever having bad ones. These seem to be perfectly fine. And it kind of brings you back, that smell. Seems to be something ever so slightly different about them. Go ahead and try it out now. Yeah, it's a dry cracker. And before I put the jelly on, let me check out the oatmeal cookie bar. If I can get it open. It doesn't want to open. Help it out a little bit. Like I said, I've never actually had one of these before, but it looks a lot like the cornflake bar. It's this compressed little thing that's similar to like a survival ration bar. Doesn't really smell like much. Let's try a little pack of apple jelly here. You know, I kind of do wish I had gotten the thermostabilized fruit because, as Steve had said, I did want to see how that would have held up. Look at that apple jelly. It's not dark or anything. It's looking good. Look at that. It's just packaged today or something. I'm going to check out the freeze-dried strawberries. This is a treat getting these things. You don't see these, obviously you don't see these anymore. And these are always kind of fun. I always liked eating these dry. It's kind of a hassle to have to try and reconstitute them. That had a little bit of a hiss in it, to it. But it would have been interesting to see how a 21-year-old thermostabilized fruit would have held up after all that freezing. Look at that. Look at that color. There is your chunk of freeze-dried strawberries. Look at that. See that strawberry right there? It's just strawberries. Now the look at it, still holds its shape too. I think it was still in there. What does it say here? It says, eat dry or reconstitute in 2 ounces of cold water. I'm going to reconstitute half of it and eat half of it as it is, but for now let's just leave it here for display. And then we'll do the lemon lime beverage base powder. This is going to go, like they do nowadays, this is going to go into 12 ounces of water. Which I have right here. Seems like there's more powder in these than there is now. It's that same, wow, it almost smells like a pool, like chlorine. Not that there's anything bad about it, it's just, it's not a very natural kind of smell, very chemical, lemon limey smell. It seems to be your standard MRE beverage base powder drink. Classic. As expected, that looks just fine. And I'm going to check out the coffee. I think that's the last thing we need to look at. Taster's Choice, 21-year-old. Looks absolutely fine. Smells like coffee. And since we have this stuff, I mostly use it, I'm going to use the sugar, which also looks just fine. And the cream substitute, which also looks just fine. It smells good. I think, I don't know if the coffees that come in the generic-looking packaging is the same, if it's also Taster's Choice, but the fact that this is Taster's Choice seems to, it could just be psychological, but it seems like it smells a little better than the generic-looking ones. And it doesn't seem to have suffered 21 years of freezing. Already freeze dried, I guess. What's the difference? And I'm just going to put a little bit less of this drink into here. Just for display purposes. Well, that leaves us with is our chili mac, which has been heating up for a while. Let's see. I forgot to mention the flameless ration heater does seem to have an odd smell to it. You know what it is? I just realized what it is. It's the cardboard. It has a slightly less chemically smell. It's not actually, I don't think it's actually as bad as the smell of the new ones, but it kind of reminded me, as I was sitting in its box there, it kind of reminded me a little bit of the smell of like an Army-Navy store, if that makes any sense. And I think what it is the cardboard. Oh, that is hot. That is really hot. There's a lot of cool stuff in here, but this really is the moment of truth right here. 21-year-old chili mac. Smells fine. It's funny, it does smell a little bit different than the modern ones, but I think that's because the ingredients have changed. As we've seen it saw in the box, there's a lot less ingredients in this one, at least a lot less listed. But I don't know if you can see that, there's actually steam coming off this. Usually that only happens when I heat up my entrees in the hot water. This one was only heated up in the flameless ration heater. So that's quite impressive. And here we have some nice hot 21-year-old chili and macaroni. That's looking really good. The next thing I want to do is attempt to break these strawberries in half. Didn't work out too bad. Broke it right on a strawberry. Look at that. Some freeze-dried goodness right there. And I'm going to keep this dry. This I'm going to reconstitute. It says to use 2 ounces of water. Since I'm only using half of the strawberries, I'm going to use about 1 ounce of water, maybe a little bit more. And I'm going to give that some time to reconstitute. Actually, it's melting right in there. It smells good. I probably should use a little bit less water, but alright, that looks good. Alright, so this is 21-year-old food here. This is a weird little looking thing here. Oh, what is this? I don't know what that is, but some kind of little beef byproduct. Anyway, 21-year-old food here. It looks fine, it smells fine. Well, like I said, it smells a little bit different than the modern ones, but I think that's because the recipe was a little bit different. Pretty simple dish. Pasta, macaroni, and beef in a tomato-based sauce. And here we go, we're going to try it out. Tastes fine. It's got that slight little acidic kind of kick to it. A little bit of a spice. What was that from? That's from the chili powder and the last ingredient where it just says spice. Chili powder and spice. Beef's good. I will say the macaroni it's a little on the soft side. It's kind of it's as though it has been overcooked. If that makes any sense. When you have overcooked pasta, it gets kind of soft and soggy, and I think that has something to do with the freezing process. If it wasn't frozen, I would say it has something to do with the fact that it's been sitting in this stuff for 21 years. What is this thing? Ooh. I guess that's just some fat from the beef, but they might have better quality control nowadays. That's a little bit weird looking, but it does. Tastes fine. Tastes really good. Consider all things considered, you know. So let's check everything else out. I don't know what this stuff would be. It must be the fat from the beef. Like, I keep seeing more of it. It's the kind of thing that you probably wouldn't see in a MRE today. I don't know, it's just a little weird looking. Probably wouldn't even notice this 21 years ago if you're in the military and had this as an MRE, but there's something a little disturbing about that. And I think it's just some fat, like a little bit of gristle or something. It's something they may have, quality control may have gotten a little bit better over the years. But I gotta have some more of this. It's really good, even with the soft macaroni. I mean, we're eating history here. We're eating food that's 21 years old, and it tastes pretty much the same as it tasted 21 years ago. You can't say that about too many things. Let's try the crackers here. I did have a little piece of cracker, but let's try another one just to be sure. Crackers seem to be absolutely fine. It's as though time has stood still for those. And some of the apple jelly. Let's try some of that by itself. Look at that. It's brand new. Tastes like it's brand new too. I guess if you had to say something, maybe a slight bit of the packaging flavor in there, but very slight at best. And that's really good. Yeah, it's even kind of firm. It's not. It has the liquid part, but it's not. The whole thing is not all that runny. Yeah, I really can't not eat this whole thing. It'd be a waste of that 20 years it's been in the making. It's been waiting to be eaten. I'll try the lemon lime beverage. It tastes the same as it does today. I don't know if they've changed that at all over the years. Probably not. Let's try a Tootsie Roll. 21-year-old Tootsie Roll. See how fresh this is. It's stuck to the packaging, but it's still really soft. This might as well be fresh from the store. Look at that. Wow, very chewy. This is it's amazing. I've had like 3 or 4-year-old Tootsie Rolls in MREs before. It's not only perfectly edible, but they feel like they're going to break your teeth. This is just, it's so fresh. It's amazing. Wow, that's great. And it's time for the oatmeal cookie bar. Not too much to say about that. Big compressed bar of oatmeal. It's not particularly hard though. It crumbles up pretty good when you bite into it. That's not going to break your teeth either. It's good. It's strange. It's not like your standard cookie. It doesn't exactly taste like an oatmeal cookie, but like I said, more along the lines of like a survival ration bar. But a good way to. Oh, there's some sweetness too. Yeah, it's funny. I didn't really taste it when I was eating it, but it kind of the crumbs that got on my lips when I went to lick them. It's you can taste the sugar, and it is kind of like a regular oatmeal cookie, just in a compressed bar form. Just leaves us with a couple of things. We get the coffee, which I've always said I'm not much of a judge of coffee. It certainly doesn't taste like anything's gone bad in there. Not really sure, 100% sure myself, but. And then the strawberries. Let's see how these reconstituted. Look fine. It tastes perfect. That's really good. I wonder if this would actually go good on the cookie. Let's go ahead and try it out. Strawberry oatmeal cookie. Yeah, it changes up a little bit. A little extra sweetness. I don't know if there's anything in here, if there's any sugar in here, if it's just straight up strawberry, but it's really good either way. And of course we have to try it dehydrated. Like I said, out in the field, this was my preferred method. I think for most people it was the preferred method too, just to eat this dry. It was kind of a fun thing. Kind of like the astronaut food, astronaut ice cream, astronaut strawberries, same exact thing. It brings you back. It's weird, it kind of melts in your mouth. Gives you that initial crunch, and then it just kind of starts melting away. Halfway through eating it, it just sort of disappears into your mouth. This is all some good stuff. I gotta say thank you, Steve1989, for giving me this opportunity. Before I finish this up, actually, I probably should put a little Tabasco on here. I kind of want to save this bottle, but yeah, let's just break into this. All right, let's try that out. I'll throw some crackers in there too. Yep. To me, this doesn't need it, but if you find the spices in this not enough, it's nice that they let you kick it up with the Tabasco. So that's about it for this. I think we've tried everything. Yeah, I think I should eat this on camera. If you're watching this video, I must have survived. If there are any issues, I'll put them in the description below. But it really tastes just fine. Everything in here has been excellent. Thank you again, Steve1989. This is an awesome opportunity to try something out. Definitely something you don't see every day. I'm gonna try the gum too. Yeah, it's a little hard. It crumbles up when you bite into it. No, it's not too bad. That might be the worst thing of this whole ration. And it's not bad. Chew it a little bit and it turns into gum. So that was a look at an MRE, menu number 2, chili and macaroni, from 1995. Thank you for watching.